Are we in a rich session? Cost cuts and layoffs seem to have largely hit big tech and banking. So are luxury consumers holding tighter to their crocodile skin wallets? Where better to look than out in the Hamptons, out east, eastern end of Long Island? Morgan Brennan is there, sitting down with Equinox Group Chairman Harvey Spevak and Christie's America's President Bonnie Brennan. Morgan, take it away.
Thanks, Tyler. That's right. You can call this CNBC Out East. I am joined by Harvey and Bonnie. Thanks so much for being here. I should note, no relation, but a great last name, Bonnie Brennan. So I do want to start in a week where the consumer is particularly in focus, as we do talk about the stronger than expected data that's been coming out for the economy. Just sort of get your sense, both of you, your sense on the health of the consumer, particularly the higher end consumer, which I know both of you service with your company. So Harvey, maybe we can start with you on the services side in Equinox.
So we see no slowdown. I mean, despite, the data is strong, but we actually are seeing record performance. So for the first 6 months of the year, we had our best 6 months in terms of new membership sales in the history of the company. And July was our best month ever by 25%. So, and the last day of July was our best single day in the history of the company. So we're seeing absolutely no slowdown, and there's nothing from our perspective that would suggest that there's going to be slowdown. And for us, it's probably a combination of things. To focus on living a healthy lifestyle, we talk about it as a high-performance lifestyle. People's focus on experience over a product. And so all of that, and they want community. So when it all rolls up, I mean, so far we see just strength throughout our business.
Yeah, I mean, and if this is sort of more the services side of the economy, I think of Christie's and collectibles and some of these alternative assets. It's more of the good side of the economy. What are you seeing?
In our first half, we had $3.2 billion in sales at Christie's. That's over 5 years. That's an increase. It's down a little bit, Morgan, from last year. But last year we had a record sale. You remember we were talking about the collection of Paul Allen, which sold for $1.6 billion. So anything looks a little smaller. Where we see great growth is in luxury. We had our best first half year ever. We sold almost $600 million in luxury, which we consider watches, jewelry, wine, handbags. So that's a real growth area. And collections. People love buying from a famous person, from an established collector. And there's really no slowdown there at all.
Has the demographics shifted in terms of who's coming to Christie's to make purchases?
Absolutely. We've had, in this first half year, we had 31% of new buyers and almost 40% are millennials or younger.
Interesting. I mean, I think whether it's auctions or whether it's fitness and wellness, I mean, these are two industries that, at least before the pandemic, I always thought as more brick and mortar or more physical. And what's happened is the pandemic has forced both of these industries to become more digital in nature as well. I just wonder what the new normal is, and maybe starting with Equinox, what the new normal is in terms of that mix.
So I think the new normal is more like the old normal, is people want in real life. They want to be with their community. They want to be with their favorite instructor, with their trainer, and they want that inspiration. And so we see that. With that said, we do have something called Equinox Plus, and we do tens of thousands of classes digitally. What's interesting, about a third of those are being done in club. So people are bringing their phone or their tablets and streaming a class to use it inside our location. So that's obviously a shift, but generally speaking, it's more of people want in real life. You're seeing that obviously in concerts and other ways, in travel. Our Equinox Hotel at Hudson Yards is oftentimes the top luxury hotel in the city. So we're seeing it show up in many different ways, more in real life than the digital offering. Interesting.
And of course, this is part of what is attracting millennials to Christie's as well.
Yeah, we really had to change from sort of a theater in-person model to more of a TV style model during COVID. And what we gained from that was a tremendous number of new buyers. And so now we're trying to do a hybrid where we keep those new buyers, but we welcome people back as well. And as a result, we've had more and more people engaging with Christie's digitally. We had almost 7 million people use our online tools just in this first half. And 80% of our bids, Morgan, in the first half came from people bidding through our online tools, which I think is a really exceptional stat.
I mean, I think of fine art, I think of fashion when I think of Christie's, but as you do see younger customers and younger bidders come to your platform and come to your company, are you thinking about what you're offering a little bit differently? I mean, like trading cards and comic books, for example, even sneakers seem to be having a moment right now. How do you address that?
Yeah, I think we always have to be what's relevant and interesting to the young consumer. You know, we have great heritage. We started in 1766, but we have to focus on innovation. You remember we sold that Beeple for $69 million. That really, Christie's really launched the art world into selling NFTs and digital art. So we're doing that. That's got a tremendously young audience. But young people love luxury. They love watches. They love photography. It's another great entry point. So making sure that our sales are reflective of what people want. People want diverse artists. They want artists of color. They want to support women artists. So we're really focused on changing our platform and giving sort of a global stage to those voices.